Hi, my name is Noah Gift, and today I'm going to walk you through how to use the M1 Ultra, the newest M Mac here from Apple, and I'm going to use it to fully saturate the GPUs and train a deep learning model using the declarative machine learning framework Ludwig. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Here with my new Apple M1 Ultra, and if you take a look here, this thing has a total number of cores of 20, right? The most you can get. 16 are performance, 4 are efficiency. I have 128 gigs of RAM, also 4 terabytes of SSD storage here. So this is definitely a monster machine, and you can see here, this is the GPU history right here that shows us what's going on with the GPU, and here's the CPU. So the load is actually really just resting right here. Nothing much is happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift gears here, and I'm going to go over to a deep learning project now. And I guess I'll make this a little bit smaller so that we can take a look at this deep learning project, and I'll put these cores on the side here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a new terminal here on the Mac, and you can see it's got a project that has the Ludwig ecosystem installed right here, and I'm going to source a virtual environment. So let's go ahead and source this, and we'll say .ludwig bin activate. Here we go, perfect. And once I've got this set up, what I can do is actually type in the command code dot, and this will give me a Visual Studio interface, which I would prefer to write my code in because it's nice and handy and we can just leave it to the side. A few things to point out here is that I've set up a Mac install section right here. And in fact, if you want to look at the repo that I'm using, it's git remote -v, right? You could check out this yourself. Just go to no gibjj Ludwig -getting started. And inside, we first have to do a brew install HDF F5, export that directory, go ahead and pip install the no binary version, and then I go ahead and I do my regular installations, which are kept inside of the requirements. So if you're on a Mac and you have an M1, M2, etc. type machine and you want to try this out, all you have to do is type in create a virtual environment, make sure you have Python installed, and then do make space Mac-install. That's it, and you've got this thing ready to go. So the other thing that I've got hooked up here, and this is what's so interesting, is that we go over to Rotten Tomatoes. This is a data set here that shows different movie ratings, and I'm going to use Ludwig, which allows me to really treat things as like a YAML file, or like almost like GitHub Actions, but for machine learning, and I can automatically train this model using Ludwig. And again, I've made it easy for you. All you have to do is type in make train-Ludwig, and this will time the training of a binary classification, essentially, should you watch the movie or not, by using Ludwig, which in itself has embedded inside a PyTorch Deep Learning framework. So if I type in make train Ludwig, here we go, it goes through and it starts to fully use my Mac M1 Ultra chip here, and you can see it's just crunching through everything here and using my whole machine to train things. And you can see here that we've got some action going on now, right? The cores are getting more active. The GPU is starting to get hit a little bit as well. And in fact, you can see it's just ripping through this training process. So this took 30 seconds to actually train a deep learning model. Very, very powerful and performant. And in fact, we also could look at the result right here and just do a cat, and we can see the result of this run here, or do it ls actually to look at the result of the run, and you can see the training statistics, the model itself. So if I wanted to go into that model directory and do something with it, you can see here I've got all the model data here, the hyperparameters, the model weights, etc. So very, very powerful framework, Ludwig, and you can get started by just checking out this repo and fully saturate your Mac as well.